Hi there, I'm Shreya. Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. For this week's video, I'll be showing you guys how to make this DIY tote bag which can be used for carrying your essentials for shopping, travels, works, etc. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So let's get started. Firstly, we will need two pieces of cloth with exact measurements, that is length 44 cm and breadth 33 cm. You can even take the measurements according to how big or how small you want your bag to be. So the first piece of cloth will be the outer part of the bag and the second cloth will be like the inner layer to make the bag a little bit thicker. Next, start by placing both the inner layer and outer layer together and start sewing all four sides. So there are two methods you can use for sewing the cloth. One is using the machine and other is hand sewing. You can surely use any of the methods in which you're comfortable, but since I don't know how to use a machine, I'll be hand sewing. At the very end of the cloth, start making a tight knot. You can make the knot 2-3 times so that it's strong enough. Next, we'll be doing the back and forth stitch. So this is how you do hand sewing or the method that I'm using, and you can follow this method if you're hand sewing. So later on, when you're done stitching and reach at the other end of the cloth, make a knot again. So I'm done doing one of the side and this is how it looks like, and it doesn't matter at all if the stitch didn't come out that perfectly because that's not going to be seen that much, and just make sure that your stitch is strong enough. Okay guys, I'm done sewing all four sides. Next we need two cloths same as the one which we took before, with the same measurement and the same process of sewing them together. After sewing both the pieces of cloth, check whether both the clothes are still the same size. Next, place both the clothes together in such a way that both sides face the front part of the bag, and let's get ready to sew them together. So before sewing, there's a small step that you two can follow to make the sewing much easier. So this is it. Take one of the cloth and start folding each side. There's no exact measurement because it depends on how you're gonna fold or the size of your bag, but here I have folded each side around 1.5 centimeter, and you can secure them using hair clips. Later on, when you're done doing for one of the side, next we need to do the same thing even for the other side, but just a little difference that we have to place both of them together and then secure all the four sides. So this is how it looks like. Make sure all the corners are well secured. Next, we can move on to the process of sewing all four sides. So this is the down part. The top part we have a little bit of change compared to the down part. So first, let's start from the down part. Again, you can either use a machine or the hand sewing method, and yeah, I'm using the same back and forth sewing method. So this is how a little part of my stitch looks like. You can carry on sewing until you reach the top part and make sure not to switch the whole thing of the longer side. So as I said before, I haven't stitched the longer part of the cloth fully, and I have left 3 cm gap between them on both sides. Next, fold a little bit of cloth towards inside on both the sides and start sewing only on the folded part. So guys, I'm done sewing and this is how it looks like. Next, we just have to sew the leftover opening on both the sides. So sewing the leftover openings are done. Now next, moving on to the handles. So yeah, moving on to the handles, I've taken a cream white another cloth, and the measurement depends upon how long you want your handles to be, but the measurement that I have taken is length 26 cm and breadth 6 cm. So all you have to do for the handles is fold your cloth into its half and start sewing both the shorter and longer sides. Later on, when you're done sewing the handles, next the only step left is to sew the handles on the bag. Before sewing, let's measure the width of the top part so that we get a middle point to sew our handles. So the width of this bag is 29 cm, but let's take it as 28 cm. So half of it will be 14 cm, and that's a middle point. Next, from the middle point, take 1 inch on both left and right side. So that's where we are going to sew our handles, and our handles will be sewed inside the bag in such a way that the handles are not attached outside. So let's start sewing. For that, take one of the handles and place it onto one of the shorter sides of the top part. And for the placement of your handles, you can adjust according to how long your handles are. So guys, we are done making our DIY tote bag, and thank you so much for watching. And if you did like this DIY, give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, comment down your opinions, and also hit the subscribe button. Bye!